Every lap, every race, every bit of paint traded for every hard-fought place. Every checkered flag and trophy raised. Every ounce of dirt, sweat, and gears. They're all jammed inside every can of NOS Energy. Go ahead, open up a can.
It's ARP fasteners for whatever you race. From 2 wheels to 4. Off-road, on-road, even water. From the flat track to the salt flats. Grassroots racers, weekend warriors, and pros alike trust ARP. Made in America quality, family owned and operated. When failure is not an option, it's ARP-bolts.com. No matter what you race.
This is the driver's cart. Wedge carts are built for speed, tuned for fun, and made to move. Every frame is hand-built, no shortcuts. Own the track. Visit wedgecarts.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, your 2024 World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series champion, David Gravel.
Get all your official David Gravel merchandise at track or online at shopdgr.com.
What the heck is this? We're doing brand deals now, huh?
Chad, it makes sense.
Sheesh! Just because we're both cut from the same stuff of American legends, right here in the good old US of A?
Kinda.
Just because we're both for America, by America? Just because Hulk Hogan's Real American Beer is 100% American made?
Yes, Chad. Yes.
No, thank you.
DIRTVision presents World of Outlaws, NOS Energy Drink Sprint Cars, the pinnacle of dirt track racing. Featuring sprint car racing's best drivers, biggest races.
David Gravel is the King's Royal Champion. Slide up in front of Cowboy, and at the line, Cowboy gets the win.
And best coverage.
Welcome back to the greatest show on dirt. You wanted the best. You got them for a rest.
DIRTVision is home to the greatest shows on dirt.
It's high banked, it's fast, it's like fighter jets in a gymnasium. Welcome to I-55 Federated Auto Parts Raceway Park in the 2025 Ironman weekend. This weekend we find out who the toughest open wheel drivers in the country are. Welcome into DIRTVision's live coverage. I'm Connor Wade, Peyton Williams alongside me for a doubleheader weekend for the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series and the Xtreme Outlaw Midgets Series presented by Toyota. Peyton, this weekend, highly anticipated all year long.
Yeah, Connor, and the Xtreme Outlaw Midget Series presented by Toyota make their second visit to I-55 here in 2025 alongside the World of Outlaws Real American Beer late models in June and here alongside the greatest show on dirt here again tonight.
Big crowds expected both nights in Pevely, Missouri this weekend. Let's dive right into some storylines for the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series. Obviously, it's a big 2 weeks for the greatest show on dirt. Ironman 55 this weekend. Also, next weekend, kind of a big race, the Knoxville Nationals at the sprint car capital of the world, but the series comes into tonight off of a race just this past Sunday evening at Weedsport Speedway all the way up in New York. We'll talk about the winner of that race to kick off our Weeds World this evening. Current series points leader David Gravel continues his dominance at Weedsport Speedway, getting the win, his 11th of 2025 with the greatest show on dirt. His defense of his championship with the series last season has gone pretty well this season, to the tune of 11 trips to victory lane for the driver of the Big Game Motorsports number 2. Coming off a place in Weedsport that's been really good to the 2 team, they now come into I-55, a place that they've been good at. They did win a race here last spring, and while they've been consistent, they haven't been incredible. They've been a little bit down to earth here at I-55 Federated Auto Parts Raceway Park, finishes of 7th and 6th in the Ironman weekend in 2024. However, even though they haven't been dominant at I-55, Gravel feels like with the way the 2 has rolled so far, especially as of late, they're confident they can get their first Ironman 55 win this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, it's another weekend, and we're just coming here to try to keep doing what we've been doing and put ourselves in position to win races. The last 2 races we've put ourselves in position each night. So, this place, you just never know what it's going to be racetrack-wise. When we were here earlier in the year, it was very, very slick, slicker than we've seen it in a while. And I know when the midgets and late models are here, it was really chunked up and rough. So we'll just see what we get racetrack-wise. But if we get a slick racetrack, I like our chances. And if it's a little rough and heavy, it's maybe not exactly what we excel at. But I'm not going to do anything to put myself in too much harm, and be smart, but also be aggressive when it's time to be aggressive. So no matter what they throw at us, we're going to give it our best effort, and just looking for a solid weekend, and carry that into Knoxville.
A look at Gravel's career numbers here at I-55. 35 starts, 2 wins. As I mentioned, one of them the spring of 2024. That's the most recent. 10 top 5 finishes. The top 10 department is where he's been most consistent with 27 in those 35 races. 4 quick times on the resume for David Gravel here at I-55. In that interview, you heard him mention the 2 races the Outlaws had here at April. And those 2 races in April lead the series with very high expectations coming into this weekend. A look at some of the standouts from those 2 nights in April. Carson Macedo and Logan Schuhart were first and second each night. Macedo with the win on Friday. Schuhart got it done on Saturday. Donnie Schatz was pretty impressive. 6th on night 1, up to 3rd on night 2. Bill Baylog impressive as well with 5th and 7th place finishes here back in April. But the thing that we took away from those 2 April races was how good this racetrack was. The widest, the slickest, and the smoothest version we've seen of I-55 in several years. There was one heat race number 4 on Saturday night, that saw an unofficial 13 lead changes between Tanner Thorson and Carson Macedo. So obviously big expectations that we're going to see more race of the year candidates at I-55 Raceway here this weekend. Obviously the series drivers and fans been buzzing all season long about how good Pevely has been so far in 2025. Carson Macedo, one of those winners whenever we were here back in April. He knows this place is pretty technical whenever it's slick to the fence.
Oh, I'm really excited. I'm saying a prayer right now that it's the same as it was. It was epic. I thought both nights were really, really good. It did take rubber the final night, but ultimately I think it's under new management from what I understand, or at least a new track prep guy. So I think that they're probably living and learning a little bit, and I feel like they maybe hopefully learned a few things just from that final night. Maybe he needed a little bit of help before that feature started, but I mean, shoot, you can't really complain about what we had then. I mean, it was epic from pretty much start to mostly finish, and I feel like they just did a great job. So I'm hoping that it's the same, and I think Pevely's always put on a really good show, but that was probably the most exceptional that we've ever seen. I think it's just technical, it's not a lot. You can't really run a lot of throttle. Your car's got to be really good in order to grip up in the slick and be able to drive across and move around and not just be married to the wall. But, if you're not good, the good thing is that there is a wall, usually a cushion built up on it, and you can hustle and make up for a little bit of that. So I think it's a fast-paced track. It's got a lot of banking. It's small. It makes a lot of speed regardless of the track conditions, so I think that makes it technical. And usually really exciting and fun to watch for the fans.
Carson Macedo looking to start the month of August with yet another win with the greatest show on dirt. 35 cars checked into the pit area for the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series this evening. Xtreme Outlaw Midgets Series presented by Toyota on the card as well. Peyton Williams excited to see the midgets buzz around this place tonight. They're always a lot of fun. A strong field of 27 for you guys tonight.
Yeah, Connor, and Federated Auto Parts Raceway Park at I-55 always puts on a great show for the Xtreme Outlaw Midget Series presented by Toyota. I can't think of a better place than maybe a home away from home for these Xtreme Outlaw Midget drivers, but it's the most storied track in series history, and it begins the busiest stretch of the 2025 schedule. 6 races in 9 days beginning tonight here in Missouri before we move to the Keystone State of Pennsylvania for Appalachian Midget Week. And although we move into the busiest part of the 2025 schedule, quite a lot has happened for the Xtreme Outlaws since we've moved into the second half of the season. Last weekend, we were in Oklahoma, and Jacob Denny swept the weekend there, those 2 races, and then the weekend prior, we saw Joe B. Miller become the 21st different winner in series history. He pulled double duty that night, not only claiming his first Xtreme Outlaw win, he also won the MOA Sprint feature at Spoon River Speedway that night, and he's the true Ironman here in Pevely, Missouri this weekend, as he'll run the 7X again, and he'll run his 51B sprint car as well both nights this weekend. But he said he's thrilled to be back behind the wheel of the Engler Machine and Tool number 7X once again, but even more thrilled that his 15-year wait for his first career national midget win is now over.
It was probably a few days before Spoon, we decided that I wasn't going to be able to run our midget and kind of maintain the sprint car and do everything. I just didn't have enough help, and Tim wanted to run, so he just asked if I'd jump in it and wheel it since we were there. Worked out well, obviously, and then I think Thomas is kind of still a little beat up from sprint car crash, so he's wanted to take a week or 2 off, and kind of the same deal this week, honestly. Tim was wanting to run, and we were going to be here, so just schedules aligned right, so we were able to kind of make it all work and wheel it. It was really special getting our first midget win, especially first national win, so we're going to do it again this weekend. Hopefully we can repeat.
And one thing we've seen over the course of the Xtreme Outlaw Midget Series history is it might take a while to get your first career win. It usually doesn't take much longer to potentially get your second. And that's what Joe B. Miller has 2 chances to do here this weekend. We've seen him 3 times with the Xtreme Outlaws in 2025, and you can see based on those numbers right there, he's had rather strong showings in each of those 3 races. 3 starts, he's got that 1 win at Spoon River Speedway. He's finished in the top 5 twice, and as you can see based on his average start and his average finish, he knows his way through the field. So we'll keep our eyes on Joe B. Miller here this evening, but the one driver that not only Miller but all the competitors have to go through when we arrive in Pevely is the shark Carter Sarf. Now Carter Sarf was here, of course, with us back in June when we were alongside the World of Outlaws Real American Beer late models. He finished second on night number 1, and in night number 2 he was leading the race until lap number 18. He said he had the worst wreck of his midget driving career. He got into the got up high in turns 3 and 4, and ultimately got on the bike, flipped the car, and was sidelined for over a month. He had to miss the BC 39 and ultimately has only ran 1 Xtreme Outlaw Midget Series race since then. But he's back here tonight not only looking for yet another win after sweeping Ironman weekend in 2024, but wanting to make amends after a rough night in Pevely nearly 6 weeks ago.
Last time we're here, it didn't end very well, but obviously we had a fast car and we're leading with 7 to go and just had some misfortune there, but excited to be back to get a chance at redemption here and show our speed again. So yeah, just hopefully I get back comfortable here pretty quick. I was a little iffy at Spoon in hot laps, and then I feel like by heat race and feature time I got pretty comfortable. So I'm thinking here tonight after hot laps I'll be back comfortable and yeah, back to ripping hopefully. So yeah, just like I said, excited to be back here. It's one of my favorite tracks, but yeah, just excited to be back and excited to get some laps and some seat time again and get back comfortable.
And regardless of what happened in turns 3 and 4 back in the month of June, Carter Sarf, always the driver that is contending for podiums and race wins here at Federated Auto Parks Raceway Park. Now Carter Sarf, one of the few drivers in Xtreme Outlaw Midget Series history that has been here for all 9 of the previous visits. in those 9 races, he's had 2 DNFs, but when he finishes the entirety of the feature, his numbers are simply outstanding. In those 7 races, he's been to victory lane 3 times, he's been on the podium 6 times, and in all 7 of those races that he's finished inside the top 5. His average finish is 1.86. His worst finish in those 7 full features is 4th. So, Connor, we know that Carter Sarf is always somebody that, at least with the Xtreme Outlaws, we have to keep our eye on, and I know that he wants to make amends for a little over a month ago, but he swept this weekend in 2024, looking to do the same alongside the greatest show on dirt here this weekend.
And when this place gets slick and it's on the wall, Carter Sarf always in the conversation. Expect this place to get pretty slick tonight because of the weather conditions that we have. Beautiful weather for August, 76 degrees, 7-mile-per-hour winds, clear skies. Not a cloud in the sky. Cars on the track, ready to go hot lap, and Rob Klepper will be in the car for the Xtreme Outlaw Midget Series presented by Toyota. But the Outlaws are up first. We go to the Hall of Fame voice of the series, John Gibson.
Thank you so much, guys, as the first of 6 Wedge High Performance Karts practice session stages on the backstretch. 3 practice sessions for Flight A of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying and 3 for Flight B. This is Flight A's first Wedge High Performance Karts practice session. Staging on the inside of turn number 3. Car number 18, the Royal Flooring Bobcat Concrete Supply JMT Trucking. Entering the driver now out of Franklin, Indiana is Emerson Axum. 2024's World of Outlaws Rookie of the Year from Pengrove, California. The Toyota Racing Development, Mobile One, Roth Motorsports, Roth Enterprises, HR Livestock Transportation number 83, a Buddy Kofoid. And making his way down the front stretch now from McLarenville, South Australia, in the Giddings Motorsports, Mill Hamilton Racing, Dirty Air Suspension number 78, it's Scott Boguski. And from Worcester, Ohio, piloting the NOS Energy Drink, West Tennessee Expediting Frozen Farmer Maximum Oil number 17, Sheldon Hodenshield. From Hanover, Pennsylvania, in the Federated Auto Parts Dryden Duramax C&D Rigging Shark Racing number 1S, Logan Schuhart. And from Millersville, Missouri, the Milestone Electric Lewis Trucking, Angler Machine and Tool Flying A Motorsports 67 Towing, number 51B, Joe B. Miller. And the final driver on the speedway for Wedge High Performance Karts practice session at number 1 from Terre Haute, Indiana, driving the Platinum Lawn Care, Simpson Safety Equipment, Bennick Enterprises, Excalibur Graphics, number 37, Bryce Norris. Wedge High Performance Karts practice session number 1, Flight A of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying at I-55 Federated Auto Parts Raceway Park. Problem is just as soon as the green flag waves for the 37 of Bryce Norris, who comes to a stop just past the pit entrance on the backstretch. Norris making his 5th appearance here at I-55 Federated Auto Parts Raceway Park in World of Outlaws competition. Initial report over the Racing Electronics World of Outlaws radio system is that the car came out of gear. So with Bryce Norris back underway, we will get set to once again wave the green flag on our opening Wedge High Performance Karts practice session. Bryce Norris immediately into the infield, so the problems continue for the number 37. Lap times about to appear on the monitor here in the booth. Lap times in the upper 11-second range. Now the mid-11s for Scott Boguski, who has turned an 11.601. Buddy Kofoid tops him. Kofoid goes 11.3, and now Sheldon Hodenshield at 11.1. Schuhart back to the top spot, 11.063. Schuhart even faster, 11.015 on the cusp of 10-second laps in the first Wedge High Performance Karts practice session. There's a 10-second lap. It is turned by Logan Schuhart, 10.896. Fastest driver in the Wedge High Performance Karts first practice session in car number 1S, Logan Schuhart at 10.896 seconds. Schuhart, the only driver in that group into the 10s. Buddy Kofoid second quickest at 11.104. Sheldon Hodenshield third at 11.111. Scott Boguski and Emerson Axum rounding out the top 5. Schuhart victorious here at I-55 Federated Auto Parts Raceway Park earlier this season. Wedge High Performance Karts practice session number 2, staging on the backstretch, led out by car number 97, the Scott's Automotive, Speed Shack, Lewis Trucking, Engler Machine and Tool, Osler Group. Entry, the driver out of Fort Collins, Colorado, is Scotty Milan. To his inside, making his World of Outlaws debut this evening from California, Missouri, the Coltrane Energy Drink, Zemer Fence, Mike Rabba Productions, LTJ Electrical number 00, Brock Elliott. And from New Berlin, Illinois, the Brandt Professional Agriculture, Modern Paving and Scrap, FK Rod Ends, S&J Gray Trucking, Chevrolet Auto Sales and Salvage, number 3, and Jake Newman. The Alaskan native who now calls Heartland, Wisconsin home, driving the Anderson's Pure Maple Syrup, Honest Abe Roofing, Turn It Up Media, Mr. Jim's Racing, number 17B, the North Pole Nightmare, Bill Baylog. And to his outside, car number 14, the Sander Engineering, Four Seas Construction, Autry Plumbing, Tally Oil, Sencal Performance Entry. Driver from Lebanon, Indiana, is Spencer Baston. Getting underway now in the G5. That's the Proceed Ekman Dental Arts, JW Repair, Phil Thompson Associates, AgServe Entry. From East Grand Forks, Minnesota, it's Gage Polkrebeck. Wedge High Performance Karts practice session number 2. Spencer Baston to the second spot, second driver into the 10s at a 10.922, and now Bill Baylog tops everyone at a 10.810. Checkered flag signals the conclusion of Wedge High Performance Karts practice session number 2. Fastest driver in that group and now quickest overall in warm-ups in the 17B, Bill Baylog at 10.810 seconds. Logan Schuhart second at 10.896. Spencer Baston third, Buddy Kofoid fourth, and Sheldon Hodenshield rounds out the top 5. One more Wedge High Performance Karts practice session for the drivers in Flight A of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying, set to stage on the back straightaway. First driver to make his way onto the speedway, one of 7 contenders for the Kevin Gobrecht Award for Rookie of the Year honors with the World of Outlaws this season. From Bradenton, Florida, in the Tub of Towels, Emily Oil USA Steel Fence, Autoloads.com, number 28, M. Connor Morrell. Outside of him, another rookie contender from Leduc, Alberta, Canada, the Warrior Building Development, Building Packages Direct, Nelson Brothers Construction, Pack Rat Dumpsters, number 99 of Skylar G. And on the inside of that front row, the 10-time World of Outlaws champion from Fargo, North Dakota, driving the CarQuest. Driving the CarQuest Curb Martin One Source, number 15, that is Donnie Schatz. The defending World of Outlaws champion, the current series points leader from Watertown, Connecticut. The shopusits.com, Usits Speedway, Billionauto.com, Prosper Real Estate Investments, JRC Transportation, number 2 of David Gravel. And from Visalia, California, in the Red Line Welding and Construction, King Racing Products, Morrison Engine, Smith Titanium, number 45, Corey Eliason. And from Benton, Arkansas, driving the J.B. Henderson Construction, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Smith Titanium, Miller Bonded, MPE Environmental, number 45, X Landon Crawley. Final Wedge High Performance Karts practice session for the drivers in Flight A of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying with the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series at I-55 Federated Auto Parts Raceway Park. Green flag waving for the drivers in Wedge High Performance Karts practice session number 3. David Gravel now to the top of the speed chart at a 10.671. Donnie Schatz second now at a 10.717. Skylar G to third at a 10.790 as we wave the checkered flag. Fastest driver in the third Wedge High Performance Karts practice session. Fastest overall for the drivers in Flight A of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying, the number 2 of David Gravel with a lap time of 10.671 seconds. Donnie Schatz second quick at a 10.717. Skylar G third at a 10.790, followed by Bill Baylog and Logan Schuhart in the top 5. Spencer Baston 6th, Landon Crawley 7th, Buddy Copewood 8th, Sheldon Hodenshield 9th, and Corey Eliason rounds out the top 10 as we prepare for Flight A of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. It'll work this way: 1 car at a time on the speedway, 2 consecutive laps on the clock. Faster of those 2 laps scored as that driver's official qualifying time. For tonight's race program, we use the Honest Abe Roofing qualifying times to line up our heat races this evening, as well as for the front row of tonight's Microlight Last Chance Showdown. Track record here at I-55 Federated Auto Parts Raceway Park set by Kyle Larson on May 22nd of 2020 at 9.995 seconds. For World of Outlaws timing and scoring purposes, we measure the I-55 Federated Auto Parts Raceway Park at slightly over a quarter mile in length, 0.265 miles to be exact, and that measurement is made at the midpoint between the inside and outside retaining walls. As drivers prepare for Honest Abe Roofing qualifying, a good look at video use with the tablet and the phone there. The Shark Racing team with Logan Schuhart behind the wheel, watching the lines from practice from earlier this evening, trying to determine the fastest line around the racetrack for his 2 laps of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. First driver onto the speedway from Terre Haute, Indiana, the Platinum Lawn Care Simpson Safety Equipment, Bennick Enterprises, Excalibur Graphics, number 37. Here's Bryce Norris. Bryce Norris in the number 37. Norris making his 5th World of Outlaws start here in Peatly this evening. 5 World of Outlaws starts this season. Best finished 19th at Beaver Dam, Wisconsin, and he's off the pace. The problems continue for the Platinum Lawn Care entry. Bryce Norris in the number 37 heading back to the pit area. And with the issues for the 37, we'll send the World of Outlaws safety crew onto the speedway to inspect for debris on the racetrack in corner number 4. The 37 headed back down the ramp to the pit area. Also understand there's been some drama down in the pit area for the driver of the Jason Johnson Racing number 41. They've had problems getting that car fired, attempting now for the third time at least that we know of, so we'll keep you posted on that as they are set for Flight B of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. On the speedway now from Millersville, Missouri, in the Milestone Electric Lewis Trucking Angler Machine and Tool Flying A Motorsports 67 towing number 51B, Joe B. Miller. Joe B. Miller in the 51B. 7th and 17th in Microlight Last Chance Showdowns here with the World of Outlaws back in April. His opening lap this evening is a 10:9:43.10943. Career best finish here in April of last year at 10th. 7 wins this season, 5 of them in the 410 rank. Second lap time faster at a 10:9:22.10.922. Powering up next, last year's Kevin Gobrecht Award winner from Pengrove, California, the Toyota Racing Development, Mobile 1 Roth Motorsports, Roth Enterprises, HR Livestock Transportation, number 83, of Buddy Kofoid. Buddy Kofoid in car number 83. His opening lap. Quick time at a 10:843.10843. Second in April here last year, the best of his 9 World of Outlaws starts in Peebly. Second lap time for Kofoid. Faster, how about a 10:552.10552. From Franklin, Indiana, driving the Royal Flooring Bobcat Concrete Supply JMT truck number 18, here's Emerson Axum. Emerson Axum in car number 18. Axum's opening lap is third quick, 10:9:31.0930. Best World of Outlaws finish this year, third at the Lawton Speedway, an all-star winner at Eldora, second time by, up to second quick at a 10:678.10678. From Worcester, Ohio, the NOS Energy Drink West Tennessee Expediting Frozen Farmer Maximum Oil, number 17, of Sheldon Hodenshield. Sheldon Hodenshield in car number 17, a 4-time World of Outlaws winner here at I-55 Federated Auto Parts Raceway Park. Lap number 1 for Sheldon is third quick, 10:702.10702. Hodenshield, 12 podium finishes, 17 top 5s in 25 appearances here. Second lap is a 10:705. First lap better by 0.003 of a second, 10:702. Going green now from McLarenville, South Australia, the Giddings Motorsports, Mel Hamilton Racing, Dirty Air Suspension, number 78 of Scott Boguski. Scott Boguski in the number 78 makes his I-55 Raceway debut tonight. His first lap time is a 10:9:63.10963. 18 starts this year, best finish third at the Knoxville Raceway. Second lap for Boguski, up to fourth quick at a 10:750.10750. From Hanover, Pennsylvania, the Federated Auto Parts Trident Duramax Senior Rigging, Shark Racing number 1S of Logan Schuhart. Logan Schuhart in car number 1S. Schuhart with the 2018 Ironman win as well as a victory in April. His first lap is fifth quick, 10:8:04.10804. Finished second in the other race here at Peebly, actually led 26 laps of that one. Second lap for Schuhart, second quick at a 10:584.10584. Second quick for Logan Schuhart. Next driver to see the green flag from Heartland, Wisconsin, the Anderson's Pure Maple Syrup, Honest Abe Roofing, Turn It Up Media, Mr. Jim's Racing, number 17B, the North Pole Nightmare, Bill Baylog. Bill Baylog in the 17B, opening lap third, quick, 10:671.0670. 10-time IRA Sprint Car Champion. Second lap time is a 10:670. Identical laps for Bill Baylog and the 17B, both of them at 10.670 seconds. We'll pause Honest Abe Roofing qualifying Flight A for just a moment here. Logan Shewhart brought the 1S back into the infield. Car needs to go to the outer pit area. Buddy Kofoid quickest early on in this one, 10.552 seconds. Shewhart is second at 10.584. Bill Baylog currently sits in the third spot. Emerson Axum is fourth, and Sheldon Hodenshield rounds out the top 5 after 8 of 19 scheduled drivers in Flight A of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. Logan Shewhart now headed to the outer pit area. And with that, we will continue Honest Abe Roofing qualifying Flight A. Next driver to work his way toward the speedway from East Grand Forks, Minnesota. Driving the Proceed Ekman Dental Arts, JW Repair Phil Thompson Associates, AgServe G5, it's Gage Polkrebeck. Gage Polkrebeck in the G5. 15th and 7th in C mains here back in April. 4 World of Outlaws starts at this racetrack. Best finish 10th in a Microlight Last Chance Showdown. Lap 1 for Gage Polkrebeck is an 11.182.11.182. 13 World of Outlaws starts this year. Best finish 17th at River Cities in Grand Forks, North Dakota. Second lap time is an 11.323. First lap better at 11.182. Next driver to see the green flag from Lebanon, Indiana. The Sander Engineering, Four Seas Construction, Autry Plumbing, Tally Oil, Sencal Performance number 14. Spencer Baston. Spencer Baston in the number 14. Baston's first lap time is 7th quick, 10.833.10833. A 2023 World of Outlaws winner here at Pavely and a 2020 midget winner at this racetrack. Second lap time is a 10.916. First lap better at 10.833. From Fort Collins, Colorado, in the Scott's Automotive, Speed Shack, Lewis Trucking, Angler Machine, and Tool Osler Group, number 97, it's Scotty Milan. Scotty Milan in car number 97. 18th and 19th in Microlight Last Chance Showdowns here earlier this season. Lap 1 is an 11.392.11.392. 20 sprint car starts this season for Milan, whose best finish is a second place run at Farmington Empire Speedway. Second lap time up to 9th quick at an 11.019.11.019. From New Berlin, Illinois, in the Brandt Professional Agriculture, Modern Paving and Scrap, FK Rod Ends, S&J Great Trucking, Shepherd Auto Sales and Salvage, number 3N, it's Jake Newman. Jake Newman in car number 3N. First time by for Jake Newman, an 11.209.11.209. 15th in a Microlight Last Chance Showdown, 9th in a C main here in April. Career best World of Outlaws finish here, 19th in the Ironman 55. Second lap time, 11.329. First lap better at 11.209. Making his World of Outlaws debut this evening from California, Missouri, in the Coltrane Energy Drink, Zemer Fence, Mike Raba Productions, LTJ Electrical, number 00, it's Brock Elliott. Brock Elliott in the 00. First lap for Elliott, 11.469.11.469. 5 total sprint car starts this season. Best finish third at Farmington Empire Speedway. Second lap is better. It's an 11.412.11.412, and that brings us the defending World of Outlaws champion, the current points leader from Watertown, Connecticut, the shop Houstons.com, Houston Speedway, BillionAuto.com, Prosper Real Estate Investment, JRC Transportation, number 2 of David Gravel. David Gravel in car number 2. First time by for Gravel is quick time! 10.478.10.478 for the 2-time World of Outlaws winner here in Pavely. Second lap time, faster at a 10.456.10.456. Quick time for David Gravel. Next driver to see the green flag from Benton, Arkansas, driving J.B. Henderson Construction, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Smith Titanium, Miller Bonded, MPE Environmental, number 45X, Landon Crawley. Landon Crawley in the 45X. Opening lap for Crawley at 10.877.10877. 10th and 13th in Microlight Last Chance Showdowns in April. 13th in April of last year. His best World of Outlaws finish at Pavely. Second lap time is a 10.884. First lap slightly better at 10.877 seconds. And that leads us to the 10-time champion from Fargo, North Dakota in the CarQuest Curb Martin One Source number 15, Donnie Schatz. Donnie Schatz in cart number 15. First lap for Donnie Schatz, fourth quick, 10:6:44, 1:06:44. 3 wins, 35 top fives in 65 appearances at Federated Auto Parts Raceway. Second lap time at a 10:7:35. First lap 10:6:44. Fourth quickest so far for Donnie Schatz. Next driver to take the green flag from Visalia, California. Driving the red line, welding and construction. King Racing Products, Morrison Engine, Smith Titanium. Number 45, Corey Eliasson. Corey Eliasson in the number 45. Opening lap time, 10:9:77, 1:09:77. 23rd both nights here in April. A 6th place run in 2023. The best of his 6 World of Outlaws starts here. Second lap time is better. It's a 10:9:33, 1:09:33. From Leduc, Alberta, Canada, in the Warrior Building Development. Building Packages Direct, Nelson Brothers Construction. Pack Rat Dumpsters, number 99, Skylar G. Skylar G in number 99. 16th place finish here in the first night in April. Equaled his best of 9 World of Outlaws appearances here. His first lap tonight is 9th quick at a 10:7:69, 1:07:69. Second lap time is up to the top 5. 5th quick at a 10:6:65, 1:06:65. 5th quick for Skylar G. And another World of Outlaws rookie from Bradenton, Florida, in the Tubba Tiles Amalie Oil USA Steel Fence Autoloads.com, 28M Connor Morrell. Connor Morrell in the 28M. First time by for Morrell, 10:8:31, 1:08:31. 20th on the opening night, 4th in the C-Main on night 2 here in April in his Federated Auto Parts Raceway debut. Second lap time, 10th quick, is a 10:8:22, 1:08:22. Flight A of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying is complete. Fastest driver in car number 2, David Gravel at 10.456 seconds. Buddy Kofoid second quick, 10.552. Logan Schuhart third at a 10.584. Donnie Schatz fourth and Skylar G rounding out the top 5. Then Bill Baylog in the 6th spot. Emerson Axum 7th. Sheldon Hodenshield 8th. Scott Boguski 9th. And Connor Morrell in the 10th spot.
I think it's a very big deal that we have Amcus, providing us with the Amcus cutting tools throughout our series and World Racing Group. It's good that we were able to get a product in that's reliable and it does the job. If for some reason we had to cut a car apart or get access to a driver or a patient, we know that this tool here is definitely the one that we're going to work the best, get us in there quickly.
Wanted the best, you got 'em for abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
And to the outside of that front row from Tempe, Arizona, the Motor State Bird Racing DRC Chassis Z-Max number 34 of Sterling Kling. From Sanborn, Minnesota, in the Trom Farms, Joel Pingen Trucking, Creek Area, Anderson Farms, Golden Harvest Engine number 24T, Christopher Trom. And from Tulsa, Oklahoma, driving the X9 chassis, Bob Hurley RV, Outlaw Wings, Tulsa Sodden Mulch, Rainbow Nut Butter number 22, M. Reese Moran. And from St. Joseph, Missouri, the TNS Industries, Valvoline, Porter Steel Buildings, Larry Russell, Tax Service number 2P of Chase Porter. We mentioned the 41, Carson Macedo, has had difficulties back in the pit area. He is scheduled for this Wedge High Performance Karts practice session, has not made an appearance as of yet. We'll get set to wave the green flag for the drivers in Wedge High Performance Karts practice session number 1 for Flight B of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. Making a late appearance for this practice session from Lemoore, California, the all-by-your alternative MVT, Tarleton & Sons, Sage Family, Scott Boyd Family, Complete Parts and Equipment Solutions, number 41, Carson Macedo. The Wedge High Performance Carts practice sessions for Flight B of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying will be green-white checkered. Underway with the first Wedge High Performance Carts practice session. Carson Macedo issues an all fastest so far at a 10.880. Macedo goes even faster at a 10.818. Sterling Kling currently second. He is surpassed now by Christopher Traum. Kling now third. Garrett Williamson and Reese Moran round out the top five. Well, he had problems earlier and was the last car to make it to the speedway, but Carson Macedo is the fastest driver in Wedge High Performance Carts practice session number 1 for Flight B at 10.818 seconds. Christopher Traum second quickest at a 10.875. Sterling Kling third at a 10.971. Garrett Williamson and Reese Moran complete your top five. Second Wedge High Performance Carts practice session staging. And before we give you the drivers, we'll send it downstairs to Connor Ray.
And you mentioned the issues for Carson Macedo. You mentioned a couple times they tried to fire the car, couldn't get it to fire. The issue, something with the fuel lines. They changed several of those as the speed charts show. Problem solved for the 41 after the fuel line changes.
Thank you, Connor. Getting set now to stage the cars for Flight B's second Wedge High Performance practice session. Car number 6 from Indianapolis, Indiana, driving the C&D rigging with Sea Valley Transportation, Glenn Stires Racing, Steve Butler Yacht Charters, Hellraiser Jack's entry. That is Rookie of the Year contender, Zach Hampton. To his outside, car number 6K, the Hefty Seed, Blondie Motorsports, Falcons Brothers Trucking Lots, an underground entry. Driver out of Sioux Falls, South Dakota is Caleb Johnson. And from Burleson, Tennessee, driving the South Haven Soap Factory, Performance Powder Coating, All Geyer Shocks, number 84, Brandon Hanks. Another World of Outlaws Rookie of the Year contender this season from Lemoore, California. In the 2C Racing Outlaw Wings, Durst Wedge High Performance Carts, Kaiser Aluminum Wheels, number 2C, Cole Macedo. And from West Burlington, Iowa, driving the World of Wheels Automotive Machine, Land Pride, Morning Sun Farm Implement, number 49, J. Josh Schneiderman. From Glendale, Arizona, in the Pels Tire Service, RF Knox Company, Autobarn, RSI Outdoors, Shark Racing, number 1A, Ashton Torgerson. Wedge High Performance Carts, practice session number 2 for Flight B of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. Ashton Torgerson, quickest so far in this flight. 4th overall at 11.104. Not a 10-second lap to be seen in this one as of yet. Zach Hampton now into the 10s at a 10.990. Caleb Johnson tops him, goes 10.964. Fastest driver in that Wedge High Performance Carts practice session. A 3rd overall for Flight B is Caleb Johnson in car number 6K with a time of 10.964 seconds. Carson Macedo still quickest, 10.818. Christopher Traum second, 10.875. Then Caleb Johnson third, Sterling Kling fourth, and Zach Hampton rounds out the top 5. As the final Wedge High Performance Karts practice session of the evening now rolls to staging on the back. They are led out by car number 7A, the XK Glow, CHE Precision, Armitage Collision Repair, Smith Plumbing, MPV Express, Align Life Chiropractic. Entry driver out of Athens, Illinois is Will Armitage. To his inside, car number 28, the Premier Door, Pasdera Hauling, Lansco, C&H Auto Body, Mill Spray Foam Insulation. Entry driver out of Farmington, Missouri is Corbin Keith. And another World of Outlaws Rookie of the Year contender from Sykeston, Missouri, the TK Concrete, Maxim Trucking, Logan Contractor Supply, Zip On Smokers, Choice Cigar Bar, Inland Rigging, number 55, Hunter Schurenberg. World of Outlaws leading rookie contender from Canton, Illinois, in the NOS Energy Drink, King Racing Products, Jim Shooknecht, High Performance Lubricants, Phillips and Tosco Developers, number 7, S. Chris Wyndham. And from Minden, Nevada, driving the Rod Gross Motorsports, JST Motorsports, Smith Titanium, Maxima Oil, number 88, Tanner Thorson. And from Knoxville, Iowa, the Hughes Motorsports, number 67 of Jonathan Hughes. Final Wedge High Performance Karts practice session of the evening for the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series. Final Wedge High Performance Karts practice session of the night is underway at I-55 Federated Auto Parts Raceway Park. Tanner Thorson to the top of the speed chart for Flight B at a 10.798. A lot of smoke out of the 7A for Will Armitage as he makes his way around the racetrack. Fastest driver in that final Wedge High Performance Karts practice session. Fastest overall for Flight B, Tanner Thorson in the number 88, 10.798 seconds. Carson Macedo second, 10.818. Christopher Traum third. Caleb Johnson fourth. Sterling Kling rounding out the top 5. Getting set for Flight B of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. And Connor Wade, since the last time the greatest show on dirt took to the Speedway, we've had a change for one of our Kevin Gobrecht Award contenders.
That's right. Tuesday evening, John, we saw some surprising news from Vermeer Motorsports. Clinton Boyles, longtime crew chief with the team, left his position. That left Vermeer and Hunter Schurenberg looking for a crew chief a week and a half before the biggest race of the season. While that was going on, Mark Smith was at an Indiana Sprint Week race in Indiana. A mutual friend of he and Hunter's informed him of the vacancy. Mark pulled out his phone, texted Hunter, "Hey, I hear you need some help." He got a reply saying, "Would you actually do it?" Replied back, "Yes." And when Hunter got that text, he knew he had his guy. Hired Mark Smith, who's always worked on his own stuff as a driver but never been a crew chief before. Hopes that this is the start of a future in that department.
Thank you so much, Connor. Mark Smith and the Vermeer Motorsports team getting that car staged. Meanwhile, Flight B of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying underway. First out from Lemoore, California, the all-by-your alternative MVT Tarleton and Sons Sage family, Scott Boyd family, Complete Parts and Equipment Solutions, number 41, Carson Macedo. Carson Macedo in the number 41. First lap for Macedo, 10.791, 107.91. Victorious here on the opening night in April, finished second here on night number 2, 3 overall World of Outlaws victories. Second lap time, faster at a 10.760, 107.60. Making his World of Outlaws and I-55 Federated Auto Parts Raceway Park debut from St. Joseph, Missouri, the TNS Industries, Valvoline, Porter Steel Buildings, Larry Russell Tax Service, number 2P, Chase Porter. Chase Porter in 2P, his first lap time, 11, James Bond, 11.007 on the opening lap, where Chase Porter, who is a regular competitor with the ASC S360 Sprint Car Series. Second lap time for Porter, better, it's a 10.963, 109.63. Making his way to the green flag from Sanborn, Minnesota, the Trump Farms, Joe Pinion Trucking Creek area, Anderson Farms, Golden Harvest Engine, 24T of Christopher Traum. Christopher Traum in car number 24T. 19th in the Microlight Last Chance Showdown, 24th in feature action here in April. First time by is at 11-049-11049. 16th on this night last year, the best of his 6 World of Outlaws starts in Pevely, Missouri. Second lap time is better. It's a 10-997-10997. From Tempe, Arizona, driving the Motor State, Berg Racing, DRC Chassis Z-Max number 34, it's Sterling Kling. Sterling Kling in the number 34. First lap for Kling, second quick at a 10-804-10804. 14th in last year's Ironman. His best in 4 World of Outlaws appearances at this racetrack. Second time by a 10-859. First lap a little bit better at 10-804. World of Outlaws rookie from Columbia, Missouri, the SNS Nationwide, CSC Group, LRI, Eagle Stop, Missouri Games, Impact Signs, Abbott Telecom, number 23, Garrett Williamson. Garrett Williamson in the number 23. His opening lap is a 10-998-10998. 8th place run on the opening night in April, the best of his 6 career appearances here at this racetrack. Second time by for Williamson is an 11-0-1-5. First lap better at 10.998 seconds. From Tulsa, Oklahoma, in the X9 chassis, Bob Hurley RV Outlaw Wings, Tulsa Solid Mulch Rainbow Nut Butter 22M, Reese Moran. Reese Moran in car number 22M. First time across the line, 11-140-11140. 22nd on the opening night, 15th in the Microlight Last Chance Showdown here in April. Second lap, 11-3-41. First lap quicker at 11.140 seconds. From Gravois Mills, Missouri, the Smart Growth Industries High Performance Lubricants, Ozark Barge and Dock Wet Steps. Number 3, Ayrton Jeniton. Ayrton Jeniton in car number 3. First lap for Jeniton, 11-059-11059. 10th in last year's Ironman, the best of his 12 World of Outlaws starts at Pevely. Second time around, third quick at a 10-937-10937. From Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and Hefty Seed Blondie Motorsports, Focus Brothers Trucking Odds and Underground, number 6K, Caleb Johnson. Caleb Johnson in car number 6K. First lap, 11-132-11132. 3 times a winner this season at the Huset's Speedway in Brandon, South Dakota. Second lap time, a little bit better at 11-066-11066. Rookie contender from Indianapolis, Indiana, driving the C&D Rigging with Sea Valley Transportation, Glenn Stires Racing, Steve Beitler Yacht Charters, Hellraiser Jacks number 6. It's Zach Hampton. Zach Hampton in the number 6. First lap, second quick at a 10-765-10765. 18th and second here in April. Second time by for Hampton. Quick time! 10-755-10755. Fastest in Flight B so far in Honest Abe Rubin qualifying. From Glendale, Arizona, the Pels Tire Service, RF Knox Company, Autobarn RSI Outdoors, Shark Racing number 1A. It's Ashton Torgerson. Ashton Torgerson in the number 1A. Torgerson's first lap, that's quick time at a 10-754-10754. Torgerson bests Hampton by 1/1000th of a second. Second time across the line is a 10-930, but the first lap of 10-754, 1/1000th of a second faster than Zach Hampton, so Torgerson is now quickest in Flight B of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. Next driver to roll out onto the speedway from Burleson, Tennessee, driving the South Haven Soap Factory Performance Powder Coating All Geyer Shocks number 84. It's Brandon Hanks. Brandon Hanks in the number 84. Hanks making his second World of Outlaws start of the season, finished 23rd at Magnolia Motor Speedway. He's been 16th here on 2 occasions with the World of Outlaws. His opening lap tonight is 9th quick at 11-047-11047. Brandon Hanks improves on lap 2, goes 11.039, 11039. Another of the World of Outlaws Rookie of the Year contenders from Lemoore, California, the 2C Racing Outlaw Wings Durst Wedge High Performance Cards Kaiser Aluminum Wheels number 2C. Here's Cole Macedo. Cole Macedo in the number 2C. First lap for Macedo, 11.294, 11294. Career best finish here, 5th place in 2023 is first lap 11.167, make that second lap 11.167 for Cole Macedo in the 2C. From West Burlington, Iowa, the World of Wheels Automotive Machine Land Pride Morning Sun Farm Implement number 49J of Josh Schneiderman. Josh Schneiderman in the 49J stops the clock on lap 1 at 11.090, 11090. Second lap time for Schneiderman, 11.139. First lap quicker, 11.090. Car number 55, the TK Concrete Maxim Trucking Logan Contractor Supply Zip-On Smoker Choice Cigar Bar Inland Rigging entry. Driver out of Sikeston, Missouri is Hunter Schurenberg. Hunter Schurenberg in the number 55. His opening lap time is 5th quick at a 10.822, 10822. Was the KSE Hard Charger Award winner on night 2 back here in April. Second lap time, quick time, 10.707, 10707. Quick time so far in Flight B for the 55 of Hunter Schurenberg. Underway next from Farmington, Missouri, the Premier Door, Pasgara Hauling, Lansco, C&H Auto Body, Mill Spray Foam Insulation, number 28 of Corbin Keith. Corbin Keith in the 28. His first lap time is an 11.752, 11752. 7th and 10th in D mains here back in April. 13 sprint car starts this season. Best finish 3rd at Farmington Empire Speedway. Second lap improves to 11.687, 11687. The man who was fastest in Wedge High Performance Cards practice for Flight B. From Minden, Nevada, the Rod Gross Motorsports, JST Motorsports, Smith Titanium, Maximo Oil, 88 of Tanner Thorson. Tanner Thorson on lap 1 is an 11.229, 11229. 19th and 8th in April in that 8th place run, the best of his 3 starts at this racetrack. Second lap time for Tanner Thorson, up to 6th quick at a 10.884, 10884. This is the World of Outlaws leading rookie contender from Canton, Illinois, driving the NOS Energy Drink King Racing Products. Jim Shooknick, High Performance Lubricants, Phillips and Tosco Developers, number 7S, Chris Wyndham. Chris Wyndham in the number 7S. His first lap is 7th quick, 10.906, 10906. 11th and 18th in April, his first time here with a wing on. Second place finisher here with USAC in 2020. Second lap time is a 10.921, first lap better at 10.906. Set to take the green flag next from Athens, Illinois, the XK Glow CHE Precision Armitage Collision Repair Smith Plumbing MPB Express, number 7A, Will Armitage. Will Armitage in car number 7A. 6th in the C main, 7th in the D here in April. First time by this evening, 11.146, 11146. MOA winner at Jacksonville, Illinois this season. 2024 MOA champion. Second lap time is an 11.218. First lap better at 11.146. And the final Honest Abe Roofing qualifier of the evening set to take the green flag now from Knoxville, Iowa. Driving the Hughes Motorsports number 67, Jonathan Hughes. Jonathan Hughes in car number 67. Scratched from the D main on the opening night here in April. His first lap time this evening, 11.840, 11840. 4 total sprint car starts this year. Best finish 8th at Farmington Empire Speedway. Second time by is an 11.710, 11710. That wraps up Flight B of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. Getting that fast time is the 55 of Hunter Schurenberg at 10.707 seconds. Ashton Torgerson second, 10.754. Zach Hampton third. Carson Macedo fourth. And Sterling Kling fifth. More now from Connor Wayne in the infield.
Well, that's a pretty good way to start things out with the new crew chief. Hunter Schurenberg, quick time in Flight B. Mark Smith, the new crew chief. Congratulations, quick time in Flight B. I'm sure that eases some of the nerves, right?
Yeah, it does. I mean, it gets the night started off on a good foot, and you know, you got to race all night, so we'll see what happens.
Mark Smith and Hunter Schoenberg off to a good start. Smith himself, John, an Outlaw winner at Williams Grove in 2004.
Thank you, Connor Wade. Our overall Simpson Quick Time Award winner this evening from Flight A, David Gravel at 10.456 seconds.
Believe the hype, as Wits Racing Products has all you need to get RC cars dialed in with Hyperglide ceramic bearings and other high-performance products for the competitive RC racer. From the shop to the track, increased drivetrain, reduce friction, Hyperglide along to just go faster with Wits Racing Products.
If your answer to the summer heat is let it rain, we're looking for you. Join us at Toyota Racing.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
I'm faster than you. Yeah, well, I'm gnarlier than you. I get more sideways. I'm louder. Much louder. I get wilder than you. You sure about that, bro?
Harder, slicker, cooler, tougher. Let's go.
So what you got?
An open wheel race fan's dream here this weekend at Federated Auto Parts I-55 Raceway. Xtreme Outlaw Midgets presented by Toyota getting set for their first practice session. To bring you all the action, the voice of the Xtreme Outlaw Midgets, Rob Klepper.
Thanks so much, John Gibson. Great to be back here at I-55 Federated Auto Parts Raceway Park. Round number 13, a baker's dozen here tonight for the Xtreme Outlaw Midgets presented by Toyota. Hot lap / Smith tie group qualifying on the racetrack. Drivers draw for their heat race back in the pit area, so when they come out, they'll only qualify against the other drivers in their respective heat race. The first two groups of cars on the racetrack will qualify for Toyota heat race number 1. Car number 50 entering turn number 3, the driver from just down the road in St. Louis, Missouri, the Horman Innovative Door Systems Extra Mile Fitness entry. That is Daniel Adler. Daniel Adler in the blue number 50 now over in turn number 4. Also on the racetrack, the Orange 05 from Belleville, Illinois, the BP Fab, Glenn Stires Racing, Bandit Shocks, Dave.com entry is Alex Midkiff. Alex Midkiff here in the 05. Drivers will get 3 laps on the clock here in Smith Tie Group qualifying. Joe B. Miller in the 7X for Tim Engler on the front straightaway, doing double duty here this weekend. As the Millersville, Missouri driver gets the green flag. Colton Robinson on the racetrack as well, the 67K for Keith Coons, Kerr Bagajanian. Precise Tooling Solutions on the side for Colton Robinson. And final car on the racetrack, the 26, that is Corbin Ruschenberg. Corbin Ruschenberg in the 26 car, Ruschenberg out of Mesa, Arizona. Daniel Adler, first lap, 13 goes 6.61. Joe B. Miller, top of the speed charts, 13.425 with Colton Robinson now up there. Corbin Ruschenberg knocks him down as we continue to get quicker to 13.154. Ruschenberg quickest right now on his first lap as the white flag comes out. Adler goes a little quicker on his second lap. Joe B. does as well. Miller remains in that second spot, but right now as caution lights come on, Trouble for the 26, Corbin Ruschenberg. Already climbing out of the car over there in turn at number 4. Ruschenberg right now the quickest in Smith-Tye Group qualifying for Toyota Heat Race number 1. 13.154 is the time turned in by Ruschenberg. Joby Miller second, Colton Robinson third, Daniel Adler fourth, Alex Midkiff rounding out your top 5. So again, drivers draw for their respective heat race back in the pit area. We'll have 3 qualifying heat races here tonight. They earn points in Smith-Tye qualifying. They will also earn points in heat race competition. We will add those points together, and that's how we will line up our feature event here tonight. The top 16 in combined points will be automatically locked into the 25-lap feature. Everyone else, 17 through the remainder of the field, will go to the last chance showdown here tonight. We'll take the top 4 finishers out of that. We'll have a 20-car starting field with 4 provisionals here tonight. 2 from the Xtreme Outlaw Midget Series and 2 from the Power Eye National Midget League, as tonight is an Xtreme Outlaw Power Eye Challenge Series event. So far, 6 events in the books, with Jacob Denny leading the points over Carter Sarf, Chase McDermott, Cameron Key, Kenny McIntosh. It is a 10-race series within a series, with $2,500 going to the champion at the end of the year. As I mentioned earlier, 12 races in the books for the Xtreme Outlaw Midgets here this year. 4 different winners. Jacob Denny, the current points leader, 133 over Gavin Miller, Cannon McIntosh, coming into tonight's event here in Peabody, Missouri. So green and white together, 1 final lap on the clock. You see Joe B. Miller there in the 7X for Tim Engler, Engler Machine and Tool, High Performance Lubricants. Miller second on his second lap. And we'll see how they do as the checker flag will come out on the 50 of Daniel Adler. Adler jumps up to 4th fastest, right behind Colton Robinson, as the checkered flag flies to wrap up Smith-Tye qualifying group number 1 of 2 for Toyota Heat Race number 1. So Corbin Ruschenberg, the driver with the issue there, goes 13.154. Right now, your overall Smith-Tye quick time. Again, we'll take these qualifying times to line up our 3 heat races. They will line up straight up based on time with the top 4 cars inverted. Drivers will earn 10 points for quickest qualifying in each of the heat races. They drop by 1. So it's all about points with the Xtreme Outlaw Midget Series. Qualifying heat race competition. Earn as many points as possible. You definitely don't want to have to go to the LCS as the second group of cars here at Smith-Tye qualifying hit the racetrack. Driving car at number 5U, he's out of Hanford, California, the Trifecta Motorsports. Blackjack Express, Wiley Drilling, Kiwi Landscaping entry, that is Michael Facino. 2-time Western States Midget champ. Facino in the 5U. To his right, driving car number 5D out of Belpre, Ohio, the Odell Trucking Link Chassis Toyota powered entry, that is Zach Weigel. Zach Weigel there getting fired off in the 5D. Car 56E on the racetrack. The Mount Stout Motorsports entry. The driver out of Salina, Oklahoma. Race Composite Repair. Rockwell Security. Smith Titanium on the side. That is Tyler Edwards. Tyler Edwards in the 56E. And behind him, driving the 56X originally out of Cheyenne, Wyoming. Now resides in New Berlin, Illinois. In the Performance Driveline and Fabrication Jake Newman Racing entry. That is Mark Chisholm. So right now, your quick qualifier, Corbin Ruschenberg, 13.154. As the green flag comes out, 3 laps on the clock, and we are underway once again here in Smith-Tye qualifying. Zach Weigel getting the call there to drive the Pat Odell 5D. Of course, there's Michael Vicino. Very happy to be back here at Peabody, Missouri. Said finally get to go back to a track that we ran at earlier this year, as he is a rookie with this series. Weigel on lap number 1 goes quick time, 13.023, 13023, and now Weigel quicker on lap number 2, 12.948. 12948 for Weigel on his second lap. Ruschenberg, Robinson, Edwards, right now your top 4. As Weigel crosses the stripe even quicker on lap number 3, 12.857. 12857 for Zach Weigel. And quick time for the driver from the Buckeye State in the 5D. So Weigel quickest, 12.857. Ruschenberg second, Colton Robinson third, and Tyler Edwards will round out that top 4. So Edwards and Robinson will make up row 1 of Toyota Heat Race number 1. Joby Miller will roll off 5th. Daniel Adler 6th. Michael Vicino 7th. Alex Midkiff 8th. Mark Chisholm will start all alone in row number 9. So Weigel goes 12.857 in that number 5D car. I believe his first time here at I-55 Federated Auto Parts Raceway Park. So next 2 groups on the racetrack will qualify for Chasm Heat Race number 2. Driving the 22S car on the back straightaway from Oskaloosa, Iowa, the GR Motorsports Jersey Freeze. YMC Incorporated, Schroeder Graphics and Sign entry, that is A.J. Johnson. A.J. Johnson there in the number 22S. Also on the racetrack, driving the 7D from Guthrie, Oklahoma, the TJ Forge, West Evans Motorsports, SBS Shocks entry, former POWRi West champ Michelle Decker. Michelle Decker there in the 7D. Driving car number 40 out of Springfield, Illinois. And the McDermott Plumbing, Great Company, MPV Express, Rex Road Racing entry, that is Chase McDermott. Chase McDermott getting fired off in car number 40. McDermott coming into tonight's event 4th in Xtreme Outlaw Midget Series points as Michelle Decker makes her way through turns 1 and 2. Car number 21, he swept Ironman weekend last year. He's out of Mason City, Illinois, in the Mobile One Provisio Collision Concepts Clearview Glass entry. That is the 21K of Carter Sarf. Carter Sarf, the Shark, in the 21K. Zach Bowden also on the racetrack, driving car number 51 out of Cambridge, Wisconsin, the Blakely Builders Bowden Machining Services entry. So green flag comes out. That's actually Shannon McQueen in the McQueen Racing car number 7. Teammate to Michelle Decker, who we will see in the next group. So right now, your overall Smith-Tie quick qualifier, Zach Weigel, 12.857, as Carter Sarf goes 13.422 on his first lap. Bowden second at 13.760. Shannon McQueen, A.J. Johnson. Right now on the racetrack, Carter Sarf jumps up to P2 on his second lap, goes quicker, still second at a 13.246. Chase McDermott, 13.238 in the 40 car, right now the quickest for heat race number 2 as the checkered flag comes out. And now Carter Sarf to the top of the speed chart, 13.109. 13.109 for Carter Sarf. Checkered flag coming out. So the Shark, Carter Sarf, goes quickest in that group, a 13.109. Chase McDermott second. Shannon McQueen in that number 7 car third. Zach Bowden fourth. A.J. Johnson rounding out your top 5. Again, Jacob Denny coming off a weekend sweep in the Sooner State of Oklahoma. Won at Arrowhead Speedway last Friday. Backed it up with a win at Tulsa Speedway on Saturday. 6 total wins for Denny out of Galloway, Ohio this year. He is your points leader over Gavin Miller, Cannon McIntosh, Chase McDermott, and Cameron Key, rounding out your top 5 coming into tonight's event. Alex Karpowitz out on the racetrack, driving car number 72. He's out of Spring Branch, Texas. The Big Rig Soap Truck and Trailer Wash. Curb Records Toyota for Keith Coons, Curb-Agajanian. So this group will also be qualifying for Chasm Heat Race number 2. 77 car back there, that is Joe Worth. Joe Worth, quick time with us here last year at I-55. Worth's out of St. Louis, Missouri. The JC's Garlic Market, Worth Lawn Solutions, Team Ripper, number 77. And the defending series champion, as well as the defending POWRi National Midget League champ, driving the Keith Coons, Curb-Agajanian. Mobile One Toyota TRD entry from Bixby, Oklahoma. The 71K is Cannon McIntosh. McIntosh a winner here at the St. Louis Firecracker Face-Off back in June. Michelle Decker on the racetrack now, driving the McQueen Racing car 7D, coming off turn number 4. So Shannon McQueen in the 7 and Decker in the 7D McQueen, a former Western States midget champ. Decker, a former Power Eye West midget champion. Track record set by the Kiwi, Michael Pickens, back on August 5th, 2022. 12.625, 12625. Right now, Zach Weigel goes 12.857. Fastest for Heat Race 2 is Carter Sarf at a 13.109, 13109. As the green flag drops, we'll see what Ken and Mac, Michelle Decker, and Karpowitz, along with Joe Worth, have as they make their first lap here in Smith Tie qualifying. Karpowitz, 6th so far at a 13.811 on his first lap. Joe Worth goes 7th quick at a 13.827. Kenna McIntosh 3rd quick at a 13.569. And 9th on lap number 1 for Michelle Decker. So it's Sarf, McDermott, McIntosh, McQueen, your top 4. Worth does not go better on lap number 2. McIntosh does, but remains P3 at a 13.455. Again, McIntosh, a winner back in June. Has got a lot of laps here in Peabody, Missouri. As the checker flag comes out, final lap for Decker as she crosses the stripe. So Carter Sarf will remain fastest for Heat Race 2 at a 13.109. Chase McDermott 2nd, Cannon McIntosh 3rd, Shannon McQueen 4th. So it will be Shannon McQueen and Cannon McIntosh on the front row of Heat 2. Zach Bowden will roll off 5th, A.J. Johnson 6th, Michelle Decker 7th, Alex Karpowitz 8th, and Joe Worth, all alone in row number 5, will start 9th in Heat Race number 2. Final 2 groups to qualify for TJ Ford's Heat Race number 3. First car on the racetrack, driving car number 63. The Joe Dooling Curb Agajanian, Curb Records, Kalita Charter, Mechanical Advantage. D Company's number 63, that is the captain, Cale Coons. Coons out of Greencastle, Indiana. Also on the racetrack, not only making his Xtreme Outlaw Midget or Power Eye National Midget League debut, but making his debut in a midget, driving car number 33 out of West Memphis, Arkansas, the Mod Lights of Arkansas, Roark Heating and Cooling, in memory of Gil Sooner, 47 entry. That is Bryce Vowin. Bryce Vowin in the number 33, a Mod Lights champ out of Arkansas, teammate to Brannigan Roark here today. Hayden Wise on the racetrack, driving car number 94. She's out of Huntersville, North Carolina, the Precision Performance Concrete driven Midwest entry. And driving car number 98K for Keith Coons, Curb Agajanian, the J. Davidson Scrap Metal Speedway Toyota powered Link chassis. That is the Sheffield, England driver, Brandon Carr. Brandon Carr in the 98K. So there's Cale Coons, driving car number 63. 4 starts with Xtreme this year, 1 top 10. That was a 9th at 81 Speedway in Wichita. Picked up a sprint car win at Lincoln Park Speedway. Cameron Key on the racetrack, driving the Trifecta Motorsports car number 9U from Warrensburg, Missouri. Blackjack Express, Wiley Drilling, Kiwi Landscape on the side for Key as he heads his way into turns 1 and 2. Green flag is out. The first of 2 groups to qualify for TJ Ford's Heat Race number 3. Cale Coons making his way through turns 3 and 4. First time here. Tough when you don't get a hot lap session. You got to come right out to the racetrack and lay down a time. And the first one for Cale Coons is a 13.675. Only to be knocked off by Hayden Wise. Goes 13.277, 13.277 for the 14-year-old out of North Carolina. Cameron Key second at a 13.497. Then Coons, then Carr, then Bryce Vowin, 14.357. Still Hayden Wise leading the way. Lap number 1 goes 13.277. No one went quicker on lap number 2 as the checker flag comes out. Cameron Key's 3rd lap quicker, but remains 2nd quick at a 13.444. Last lap there for Brandon Carr, better, but remains fourth. So Hayden Wise, 13.277. Quickest of the 5 cars on the racetrack, again qualifying for TJ Forged heat race number 3. We do want to thank Smith Titanium, Smith Precision Products, better known as Smith Tie, for sponsoring Smith Tie Group qualifying for the Xtreme Outlaw Midgets here in 2025. Of course, also want to thank Toyota, proud to serve as the presenting sponsor of the Xtreme Outlaw Midget Series. This series is an exciting opportunity to expand Toyota's passion for the division and help continue the growth of talent in motorsports. Jacob Boxall on the racetrack at Zanesville, Indiana. The Four Kings Racing, Metalloy Corporation, Acro Seal, Advanced Racing Suspension, Angry Duck Graphics, car number 14, JB on the back straightaway. To his right, driving the 44 for Roark Heating and Cooling, Pizza Glen, and Combo Vibes. The driver out of Lincoln, Missouri is Brannigan Roark. Driving the orange, number 67 out of Galloway, Ohio, JBL, Toyota, Mobile One, TRD, Curb Records on the side. Current series points leader for the Xtreme Outlaw Midgets as well as the POWRi National Midget League. That is Jacob Denny. And finally, out of Allentown, Pennsylvania, in the Sound Gear, TRD, Toyota, Mobile One entry, driving car number 97, Gavin Miller. Gavin Miller just 133 points behind his teammate, Jacob Denny, in the chase for the championship. And Gavin Miller, since round number 2, has had an average finish of 3.6, has about 4 second-place finishes, and is due to get to victory lane as trouble for Roark as he loops it out there in turn at number 4. So Brannigan Roark coming to a stop over there off turn at number 4. Made 4 starts with the series last year. Best of a 15th at Sweet Springs. Ran 22nd and 17th with us last year here at the Ironman. Was 17th and 14th with the World of Outlaws Real American Beer Late Models in June here at I-55. Jacob Denny there in that number 67 car. Picked up the win here, night number 2 of the St. Louis Firecracker Face-Off. So 1 win in 4 career starts at this racetrack, and he has been absolutely on fire as of late. So Hayden Wise right now quickest for heat race 4 to 13.277. 13.277. Green flag is out. We shall see how Gavin Miller in that number 97 does on his first lap as he crosses the stripe. Miller jumps up to 4th quick at a 13.547. Jacob Denny second quick on his first lap at a 13.326. Boxall goes 5th overall, 13.589. Gavin Miller's second lap quicker, but Jacob Denny top of the speed chart, 13.138. 1.3.138 for Jacob Denny as the third lap is even quicker, 13.129. 1.3.129 for Jacob Denny as the checker flag comes out. And that will wrap up Smith Tie Group qualifying as Jacob Denny quickest for heat race 3 at a 13.129. Hayden Wise second, Jacob Boxall third, Cameron Key fourth. So Cameron Key, Jacob Boxall on the front row of heat race number 3. Gavin Miller will roll off 5th. Cale Kuhn 6th, Brandon Carr 7th, Brannigan Roark 8th, and Bryce Fowan will start in row number 5 in the 9th position. So race fans, that will wrap up Smith Tie qualifying. How about a nice round of applause? Your overall quick qualifier for the first time in his career with a 12.857, Zach Weigel, quick time here tonight at I-55. And for those of you watching live on DIRTVision, we are going to take a break as qualifying is wrapped up. When we come back, we'll be set for opening ceremonies here, night number 1 of the Ironman.
Racing is tough. It's not a sport for the weak, and the winning desire has to flow through your veins. Established in 1993 and only stocked in top-rated manufacturers is why BR Motorsports is your one-stop shop when it comes to your sprint car and midget needs. Call us today at 1-800-328-3333 and talk to racers.